Okay, so you want to make your first short film. And for your first short film, everyone thinks it's just about making it, but you actually want to use it as a tool. And I think that's a really big mindset shift for most people, as usually they're just trying to get it out there with no real plan. So what I want to do today is really show you what you can do with it and how it can open doors and really help your career as an actor or as a filmmaker. And it can help you in different ways. And that's what we're going to go over today. Step one is make sure that you're starting with the right story for you. So if you're an actor, that's going to be a very different motivation than if you're a filmmaker. If you're a filmmaker, you're really trying to show your voice, you're trying to show kind of how you film, how you would make a movie, and it's way more about the concept and about the visuals and what you're doing than it is anything else. And if you're an actor, it's very different. You're trying to focus on your performance. You're trying to make the most interesting character for you and what you want to showcase. So that's very different. So you might, as an actor, lean more towards a character-driven story than maybe you would as a director. Maybe as a director, you're going for something more experiential or experimental than you would as an actor. So it's very important to know what you're trying to do and for what reason. And in general, shorter is better. I would, for your first short film, make it between 5 and 8 minutes. That's, long enough that you can create something that works, that's cool as a story, and still short enough that you can do it in one day. You can do it for a very low budget or even no budget. And I think that's really important for your first short film. Don't be one of those people that makes your first thing like 25 minutes. I did that, and it worked out, and I don't regret it in that way. I learned a lot from it, but in hindsight, I probably would have made something way shorter as my first time, just so I can learn from that first time quicker without spending as much time and energy and money as I did on the 25-minute one. So that's something to really keep in mind when you're doing this. I would start off short, and that it's something that sells you. So as a director, your eye, your taste, and as an actor, your performance. Step two, make sure you prep the hell out of it. I mean, even with no budget, there's a lot you can do if you're really prepped. You can be really creative. So it's really important to do that as a director. Make sure that you're prepped with your shot list, your script is on point, that you're prepped with whoever you have on crew, even if it's just 3 of you. Just make sure that everyone's on the same page so that you can really get everything perfect that first day. It's all in the prep. And it's the same for the actor. As an actor, you also want to prep, but you also want to prep your character. What's hard for a short film, especially for an actor, is that because it's so short, the character, you can't show a lot as a character. There's not a lot of time to watch you and see who you are. So what you need to do is really prepare backstory, even a full story for your character so that the character feels more lived in. And that's really hard. And as a talent manager, something that I always saw with short films that weren't that great or with actors weren't very believable is they didn't feel very lived in, didn't feel authentic. So you have to figure out a way to prep yourself there, to get yourself there. And that's the only way that this will actually work for you as an actor. Step 3, production. Obviously make sure it looks good and sounds good, but it's not just the equipment. Yeah, would it be nice to have an Alexa or a Red or whatever? Yeah, that's all good. If you have that, great, do that. But you don't need that. At the end of the day, what's way more important than the equipment is you, your taste, and obviously the other things like sound is important. That can make something look really cheap or feel really cheap. But in terms of the visual, you can even use an iPhone. I wouldn't recommend that, but it's been done. Tangerine by Sean Baker was shot with the iPhone. Obviously he had put some lens on it and lighting and stuff like that. But you can use a cheaper camera as long as all your other elements are good. But make sure that your sound is good and that your lighting is good. And if you don't have any money for lighting, then make sure that you're shooting outdoors and that you can use natural light to the best of your ability so that you're not dealing with bad light situations. Step 4, make sure that you're using post-production with a purpose. So yes, post-production, make sure, obviously the film is edited right, sound, coloring, all that stuff. Yes, there's plenty of videos on that and how to make it good, basically, in post-production, because that's where the movie really gets made or gets ruined. But post is obviously super important, but you want to use it with a purpose. So that means don't just cut that one short film of 7 minutes and that's it. While you're doing that, get little cuts for your social media, for YouTube, all that type of stuff. So that means, especially because you have short, you don't want to have too long scenes because then you're giving it all away. But you can have little short clips from even 2-3 seconds that show like a little visual, or maybe a 7, 8, 9, 10 second scene, maybe even up to 15. You don't want to give too much away, but take the stuff that looks the most intriguing, that looks the most beautiful, or a very powerful moment, and put those all into little clips so you have all these assets ready to go to promote your short, because that's really where a lot of the work's going to come in. That's going to help your career. And of course, like, add little things like a poster and stills if you have it. Even on the day, get someone to do some BTS and get some behind the scenes footage, basically. And this can just be a friend or anyone with an iPhone. Like, something is better than nothing. So make sure that you're getting some BTS, definitely worth it for promo. And then of course a poster as well. And again, you don't have to pay someone for this when you're starting out. Just go on Canva and, you know, do it on there. You can create something pretty cool on there, and then test it out on social media. Post all the variations of your poster. Try a couple out, see what gets the most engagement, or even post it on your story and actually ask people which one they like. Then step 5, you know, this is where most people stop, but it's use it as a career tool. You know, you're not done now. This is really when you're about halfway now. Now the other 50% happens. So you want to use this as leverage, as a way to connect. So if you're an actor, you know, you want to connect to other filmmakers potentially. You know, you want other people to see it that you can connect with. So obviously you're applying to festivals, and obviously you should apply to festivals that you can go in person, because that's the most, you know, useful for you to actually meet people in person. So that's going to be super helpful and people seeing it. But the other thing that you want to do is you really want to send it to everyone. Really send it to everyone. Like, this is the time that you don't want to have any type of shame around it. And even if you feel some shame, whatever, like, just do it anyway. You know what I mean? Just do it anyway. Whatever you're feeling, just do it anyway. So send it out to everyone that you know. Family, friends, social media, LinkedIn, even people that you barely know. Like, it's okay. Just throw it all out there and just be like, hey, like, I just made this. I really want to, you know, see what you think. And that's a great way to do it. And this should be something that, you know, I would recommend doing after your festival run, because then you'll put it on YouTube, which that's going to be your brand as well, YouTube. So you're going to put it on your own YouTube channel. And then everyone that you're sending it to are getting more views on this video and potentially subscribing, so for the next things that you make. So you're also building an audience, and this is something that not everyone is doing, but you want to keep your audience that you're building through all this effort. So keep all that in mind. This is really important, and that's how you can be different than a lot of filmmakers and actors. You're going to use this as a long-term thing. You're going to spend time on promo and marketing. And if you're an actor, the other thing that you can do, same as a director, honestly, like, you can send it out to agents and managers as well. But as an actor, you can send it to managers and agents and be like, hey, I just made this, it got into X festival or whatever. And that's cool, because as a manager, I remember me as a manager, I always thought it was cool when someone was making their own thing. And if you want to make it more impactful emotionally and make me more interested, or a talent manager more interested, is add the story behind it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we did this with, you know, no money, or we did this over this amount of time, and we did put all this effort in, or if any type of unique story, but share how much it means to you and how much energy you put into this and how much you believe in making your own opportunities. That's going to be something that we as managers, agents always like hearing. Someone that wants to create their own opportunities, that wants to put the work in themselves. And I think that's really something to say and show that's going to make you different than the actors that are just waiting for auditions and not really doing anything else. And this all shows how you're someone that, as a director, filmmaker, as an actor, someone that people want to work with. You know, and that's the most important, because you know, it is important who you know, and that helps. But one of the best ways is through work. So if you're someone that works hard, doing their own opportunities, very collaborative, and you do this over years and years, you're just going to create a giant network and get more opportunities than just auditions. You'll have if you're an actor, you'll have directors or producers reaching out directly to you and be like, hey, I thought about you for this role. And I think that's really what you want to accomplish with creating your own short films, creating your own feature films down the line. That's what it's really about. And that's how you build a career. That's how you have control over your career. I think in this industry, especially, there's way too much waiting around. And a lot of that is built in with auditions, with someone offering you a job, someone saying yes or no. And that can be frustrating and tough. So I think doing this will also give you agency, which will just be better, not only for your career, just for your mental health and your performance, because you'll be more free. You're doing the stuff, you're doing the work, you're actually acting, and you're taking control of your career, which it just feels better. It's just going to help you overall in everything. And if you want more then just, subscribe, like, all that stuff, and then check in the description for some stuff that I also have that can help as well. And hope to see you guys next week.